So obviously, in the past, we have created certain tools and certain software as well that would enable the enhancement of material scanning technology and live capture technology. A couple of years ago, we have created DeltaTex 1, and obviously was a first try to understand whether the automotive industry was obviously interested into live capturing material and then position them into the object, into the car. We kept on going further on that demands, and Toro already presented before linear light scanner. Now, linear light scanner, it's a very complex technology. We have created our own scanner. It's based in Germany, and of course, it's a scanner that is enable very precise, very detailed material scanning on a dome, so it creates the bump and the texture of the material on a 360 degrees time 180, so it creates a full dome and capturing the material. But of course, it's very complex, as I said. The scanner itself, it's very, very expensive, and also the timing to create one single material, it's about 2 to 3 days, depending on the material. As we have seen before, the quality is immensely good, but of course there are some downsides. So we have kept confronting with the automotive industry, and we came up with a solution that it's very much in between being fast, being reliable, being very high quality. And 2 years of development, we have created now DeltaTex 2. The best of the scanning technology that we have already with linear light scanner. Of course, DeltaTex 2 will not be as good as linear light scanner, but now we are about 90% of the quality. But of course, we are dramatically faster. So if for linear light scanner to do a single material, as I said, we spend about 2 to 3 days, with DeltaTex 2, it's effectively 12 to 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes to create a single scanning material. It's immensely fast. It's very flexible because you don't need very high expensive hardware, first of all. And we package actually the hardware ourselves together with the software. And the very cool things that a lot of automotive companies were asking, okay, but if we use DeltaTex 2, could we actually use the material that we get into other software? And so we answer, yes, you will. So we have created DeltaTex 2 with live capturing, and the material that you will be able to scan can be used in any other 3D or in any other visualization software, whether they are real-time or whether they are offline. So these were the kind of 4 components that the automotive industry gave us on the basic of our knowledge, DeltaTex 1 and linear light scanner. So we have compiled the 2 technology by creating DeltaTex 2. So the idea for us what it was, basically provide material technology capturing, which enable all the ultra high definition, first of all, up to 600 dpi, of course with enabling very large texture files, as well enabling to create diffuse bump and gradient automatically. One of the interesting factor in any of you that create material by yourself, you know how complex is creating material, because you always have to go in Photoshop or capture tiling and so on. So what we try to do, basically we package in the same technology the all gradient, the tiling, and all of this, the diffuse, the specular, all in the package. So as soon as the scanner is created, effectively you receive the final shaders. And of course that means automatic processing, automatic capturing, and as I said before, not only working with DeltaGen, but especially working with all other software that do visualization of 3D. Go forward. So the idea, of course, we need to sacrifice a certain material, because as I said before, this is not as good as linear light. But as you can see, actually, we have most of the material with basically top quality. We were enabled to implement most of our linear light scanning technology into DeltaTex 2. And of course, there are some layoff, and the layoff is especially for metallic paint because they are very reflective. So scanning technology generally doesn't work with metallic paint. We have other solutions for that, which are actually made together with X-Rite, but per se, all the other materials are basically very good or very high quality. So in general, how does it work? We take a material, we open up the scanner, we put the material inside the scanner. That's generally 10 seconds. We close the drawer of the scanner, and what we do then after, it's basically launching the capturing. DeltaTex 2 will automatically capture the materials, and that is about 1 minute. Obviously, there is the timing, the capturing, the parts of the material that we want to capture, and that would take, generally depending on the availability of the operator, the knowledge of the operator, anything between 3 to 4 minutes. DeltaTex effectively will process the image scan that you want to create, and obviously, again, depending on the quality of bounce, the quality of depth, it will take the processing of the material about 2 to 8 minutes, and effectively, then there is the saving. And the saving, as I said, is the final shader. There is nothing else to be done, and that's obviously about 10-20 seconds depending on the material. So what we are saying is that, if you go forward, is that effectively between 6 to 12 minutes, you will have a full final shader of any material that we mentioned before. So texture, leather, woods, plastic, grain, woods, stones, and so on. As I said, the only one that DeltaTex 2 is not able to do is metallic painted reflecting material. But then the idea of what it is, the idea is that we mentioned DeltaTex 2 includes an hardware, includes a software, and of course includes as well the capturing technology that we have invented. So, going forward, what is the availability? Well, DeltaTex 2 is available. It's available in Japan. This is a picture from our office in Omotesando. There is one scanner in the world at the moment, and it's here in Japan. So for Japanese customer, it's available now. We have obviously pushed this technology forward ourselves here from Japan. That's why the scanner is in Japan and it's not in our headquarters. And of course, I believe that because now we are serving basically all the customers that we have in the world with the scanner here in Japan, there will be more scanners that RTT will build. I believe definitely one for Germany and one for US, but at the moment the only one existing is in our office here in Tokyo. We offer DeltaTex 2 in 2 ways. As a service, basically customer will give us material and we will provide the technology by creating a service, so we scan the material ourselves, and by scanning the material we manage completely the project. We obviously create the scanning, we create all the final shaders that are usable with DeltaGen and we are any other third party. And of course we also create the documentation. But another thing the customer can do if they want, they can actually buy the hardware. So if you go back to the previous slide, you can also buy the box. But if you buy the box, we need to receive an order in advance of 4 weeks because we only build the scanner custom demand, custom based. We are not obviously building it as a mass production scanning. So if any customer is intended to buy the hardware as well, we obviously build it on demand.
箱自体は、受注生産になります。なので、オーダーをいただかない限りちょっと作ることはできないんですけども、受注生産になります。で、ただですね、ボックスそのものは必要なくて、テクスチャーですとか、脂肪ですとか、布地ですね、 こういったものをですね、いくつか、よりリアルに作りたいという場合ですと、弊社のRTT ジャパンでスキャンして、それを納品するというようなサービスとして、ご提供することも可能です。さらにですね、先ほど私が紹介したリニアライトスキャナーとDeltaTex2の、大きな違いといいますと、精度もそうなんですが、時間です。DeltaTex2 は非常に高速にスキャンしてそれをデータに変換することができるんですが、非常にリニアライトは時間がかかってしまう。先ほどマシモより 2,3 日かかるスキャンだけ、そういったものなんですが、DeltaTex2 でありますと、非常にですね、時間を短縮して、スキャンすると。ただし、品質としてはそんなに悪くない。
Obviously, this is the box. The box you can see obviously includes also the software inside, and it's as simple as I said: opening the drawer, putting your material inside, closing the drawer, effectively creating the scan, the processing, selecting the area of the material that you want to have as a then final shader that will be completely tiled. Once the operator obviously see which parts of the material he wants to create, effectively he creates capture, the shader is automatically created, and you can see that all the light, the reflection, the gradient, the bumps are automatically implemented into the final shader. This is very quick, as I said, 10 minutes for one shader, and you can see that if we move the lights, obviously the lights behave together with the material. Ultra high definition, fully automated, and it works for most of the material rather than painted material, lacquered painted material.
このように模様があるものでありましたら、例えば色ですとか、あとは凹凸情報というのを、非常にですね、精細にスキャンする、そのスキャナー自体を弊社、RTT-AG の方で開発しました。リニアライトスキャナーの方はですね、いろいろな学術書などもあるんですけれども、そういった研究もして、RTT の方でもですね、それに力を入れてきたんですけれども、より快適に、さらにハイクオリティにするためにハードウェアも一緒に、開発して、います。で、不得意なのがメタリック系のものとのことです。鉄板ですとか。これ鏡だそうです。反射属性が強いものですね。もしもトランスパレント。
Transparent object, obviously it's transparent. We don't consider them as transparent.
あとちょっと透明部品、透明なものもあんまり得意ではないんですけれども、模様系は結構かなり。
So yes, that's DeltaTex2. As I said, we think once again that by implementing not only software but technology that enable capacity of software and as well visual quality, I think we once again make the point that we step up in visual quality above of any other competitors, first of all, but as well enabling any other type of software to be handled, the same kind of shader that we will handle inside DeltaGen. And so obviously this also from our side shows openness, shows very good will to collaborate with many customers and of course with any other software company that is interested in material and visual quality technology.
ですね、DeltaTex2 で作った画像はですね、弊社のものだけではないく、使えるんですけれども、非常にですね、高品質な画像を撮るというものでありましたら、こういったハードウェアで専用のスキャンで撮ると、品質の高いテクスチャー、バンプ凹凸ですとか、そういったものが作成できるようになっています。